Hello, hello. This is Shannon with Wonders of a Black Woman. The photos that you are looking at right now is just a glimpse into what was going on in the hotel room. That's supposed to be Andrew Gillum, passed out, with vomit on the towel that's cradling his head. Okay, we're about to unpack these articles that are referring to what happened that night with Andrew Gillum and his buddy, the gay male prostitute that overdosed on crystal meth. Overdosed or had a bad reaction. Okay, now this is a News One article, and they are trying to really spin with the capital this scandal with Andrew Gillum. Okay, I know a lot of people are disappointed. Let's just be honest with you. A lot of people are disappointed. A lot of people are trying to cover for this man. And this article really seems like it's one of those types of things. Was Andrew Gillum set up? Explicit hotel photos leak as sunken conservatives rejoice. Conservatives were rejoicing after explicit photos leaked showing purported images from the hotel room where Andrew Gillum was involved in a suspected drug incident last week. Their reactions and actions could lend further credence to the suspicion that Gillum, the former mayor of Tallahassee and candidate in Florida's 2018 gubernatorial election, may have been the victim of some type of political setup. Those suspicions have not been confirmed. At least one of these images circulating online was published by someone who the advocate called a far-right gay blogger. That photo showed a black man who resembled Gillum, who was Gillum, a married father of three, lying nude on the floor with his head turned to the side on a towel that looked to have vomit on it. Wow, wow, wow. And the Daily Mail is reporting that a small bottle of injectable medicine containing alloprostatal, which is typically used to treat erectile dysfunction and should never be mixed with alcohol, all in a very messy hotel room where a third man was also present. From my understanding, there was feces and blood and urine and vomit and drugs just peppered all throughout the room. The other man in the room was later identified as Travis Dyson, a male escort who contradicted Gillum's public apology for the unfortunate episode. Gillum said he was in Miami for a wedding celebration when first responders were called to assist one of my friends. Now, Gillum is calling Dyson his friend. Dyson, who was treated for a drug overdose, was later contacted by a reporter and denied knowing anything about a wedding. Dyson said he and Gillum have been friends for a while. Okay? Friends for a while, and that he personally was not celebrating a wedding. Okay? So he is, people who want to say that this was a setup, and the News One goes on to try to trash Isaiah Washington, Candace Owens, and James Woods, for calling this story out and things like that. Look, don't shoot the messenger. The bottom line is, I want you guys to take a look at this. This is Gillum's wife, okay? And when I look at his wife, I'm wondering, let's just pop in. I really don't want to show his children because it's just to protect their little privacy. But this is his wife. I mean, there are plenty of photos of he and his wife. This is his wife. Her name is what? R.J. Gillum? Is she? I mean, okay, so she is a woman. Okay, because the photo is saying that they add baby to the Davis family. Okay. Look, there are plenty of men who are married that are bi, and the woman fully knows that the man is bi, and she accepts that. There are women who are bi, and the man knows, and her husband knows that she's bi, and he accepts that. I look at this woman and I wonder, does she realize, or does she know? What does she know? Does she know that her husband is like that? Does she know that her husband is having homosexual relations? You know, I mean, does she know that? Is she okay with that? Because some people are okay with that. And for people to try to say that this was a setup by conservatives or the Republicans because he was a possible VP pick for the Democrat Party, the bottom line is he's the one doing this stuff. It's politics. If you have a secret or something like that you're hiding, they're going to try to dig it up and exploit it. Now, they're saying the guy Mahias that gave Travis Dyson his credit card information to book the hotel room, you know, called the police when he came back to the hotel room and saw that it was just a complete mess. And he called the paramedics because he saw that it was a medical emergency. Now, you know, he could have sat there and let it blow over and they could have been okay. But somebody could have died, and then what would he have done? So he went on and he called the police. It seems like a typical reaction. You know, now somebody could say, well, maybe it was set up. Maybe someone spiked the meth to cause gave him some dirty meth. Who knows? But Gillum is not saying that, hey, I went to a wedding, I had one or two drinks, and then the next thing you know, I woke up in a hotel room throwing up. Then you could say, well, somebody spiked his drink. But he's saying that he was with a friend who had a medical incident. He's acknowledging that he was with this gay escort. He's acknowledging that he's friends with this guy. The escort has acknowledged that he's known Gillum for a while. So, I mean, to try to spin it and say it was a setup, of course, look, if you've got some skeletons in your closet in politics, they're going to dig them out. But I don't think that this was a purposeful setup. He's whether his wife knows it, the public did not know. So he was publicly a DL gay man that is running around with a wife and children, beard, and baby beards. And, you know, he got busted in a hotel room with poop, blood, drugs, urine, and vomit all over the place, passed out naked. That's just the way it is. It's no setup involved. It's something that happens. He partied a little bit too hard. He's a grown man. He could party if he wants. He can sleep with who he wants. Gillum was found in a hotel room at Mondrian South Beach last Friday morning with two other men, Travis Dyson, 30, and Aldo Mahias, 56. Gillum, a married dad of three who narrowly missed out on becoming Florida's first black governor, was too inebriated, too high, too lit to tell the cops what went down. Dyson, a male escort, was found naked and in the throes of a drug overdose. Look, they party too hard. I'm not judging his lifestyle if that's what he wants to do. If his wife is fine with her husband's sexuality and all of that, that's between the two of them. But to try to spin it to make it seem like it's a conspiracy, no. As far as these politicians, a lot of them are fake and phony. You know, that's just the bottom line. Plastic baggies of suspected crystal meth, empty beer bottles, and prescription pills were scattered among trash and soiled bedding in the shocking images obtained exclusively by DailyMail.com. Our exclusive images show the slew of drugs, both prescription and illegal, found inside the swank $220 per night hotel room, including 3 bags of what police believe was crystal meth. Dozens of white pills can be seen scattered on the floor and bedside table, alongside empty containers of citalopram, and anti-anxiety medication, and gabapentin, which helps combat seizures and nerve pain, as well as empty Corona beer bottles. Beer bottles and sheet covered in bodily fluids can also be seen in the photos obtained from police under Federal Freedom of Information law. Okay, so, I mean, look. It is what it is. Travis Dyson, a male escort, he was found overdosing. And, look. There was also bottles of an injectable medication, alloprostatal, which is typically used to treat erectile dysfunction and should never be mixed with alcohol. It was a toxic cocktail. They seemed like they had a lot of chemicals going on. They didn't go to the hotel room just to kick back, relax, have a few drinks, smoke a little weed or something like that. They had a lot of drugs going on in there. And of course, your body is going to have some sort of reaction. Now, Gillum was saying that in his statement, that after conversation with my family and deep reflection, probably conversation with his public relations rep, I have made the decision to seek help, guidance, and enter a rehabilitation facility at this time. Of course. This has been a wake-up call for me since my race for governor ended. I fell into a depression that has led to alcohol abuse. Yeah, give me a break. He has been screwing around with this gay male prostitute for a while. He cannot blame it on the fact that he lost the governor's race. This only shows that he's still being dishonest. I mean, let's just keep it real. It's better to not say anything at all than to put something out there that's BS. Just say the bottom line. There are plenty of guys who run for public office who are family men, married with children, who don't end up on drugs, high in a hotel room with a gay male prostitute, poop, piss, vomit, and drugs all over the hotel room. I mean, so to blame it on the governor losing the governor's race, give me a break. Imagine if he were the governor and he were caught in this scandal. Because it's not like if he became the governor, he would have stopped this behavior. Okay, so he's stepping down from everything. He wants to apologize to his family, friends, and the people of Florida who have supported him and put their faith in him over the years. And he is requesting privacy. According to Miami Department, officers were called out at 12:55 a.m. last Friday after reports of a guest suffering a cardiac arrest at the 4-star Mondrian in Miami's South Beach Party Resort. They arrived to find paramedics performing first aid on Dyson in the wake of a suspected drug overdose and preparing to take him to the hospital. And as you've seen before, these are pictures of the male escort and Gillum's friend. The report says officers performed a welfare check on Gillum, and he was described as being in stable condition, and his vitals were normal. And as you could see, somebody tossed their underwear up on the sink. Their towels or rags in the shower. Mr. Gillum left the hotel room and returned to his residence without incident. According to the report, no arrests were made, and police do not plan on bringing charges. Well, bringing charges for what, really? It was 2 men in a hotel room getting busy and partying. I mean, they were getting busy and partying. They partied too hard. And the spotlight came on. This isn't the first time Gillum had, I'm suspecting. Obviously. This is not the first time Gillum was doing something like this. So, I mean, this is just the first time that it got out of control and it became a public thing. You know, I'm sure he and many men, I'm sure he and many men have gotten down and it have not been publicly exposed. Now, I look at this picture and I look at the two of them together. Him and his wife, RJ, okay. RJ Howard is his wife's name, okay. Very feminine name. I look at this and I just say, what, as a woman, what does she know? You know, as a woman, I just say, what does she know? Does she know that her husband was like this? If she knew that her husband was like this, then it is what it is. But if she did not know, which she most likely didn't, she really has to be going through a devastating period right now. You have this tall, young, by a lot of people's opinion, handsome, you know, chocolate thunder of a man who's rising in the political ranks. You guys got to feel like it's a real mahogany thing, you know, and here he is caught. Not only with a lover, but he's caught with a gay male prostitute in a hotel room with a slew of drugs. Poop, piss, urine, vomit, drugs all over the room. It has to be hurtful. Because not only the shock of him cheating, the shock that, well, what is his sexuality? Am I just a beard? Am I just a cover for him? You know, what has he exposed me to? I need to go to the doctor and get checked out. You know, I mean, just all kinds of, I mean, this has to be a devastating time for her. I feel sorry for her. I can't feel too sorry for her because I don't know what she knows and what she doesn't know. A lot of these women go along with these men and agree to be their beard and agree to be their cover. They know that that is their place. They know that's their role, to be their beard and their cover. And they're going along with it for the prestige and the lifestyle and the money. So, I mean, you know, the question that I really have about this whole incident is, what does the wife know? Just from a female perspective, this is Shannon from Wonders of a Black Woman. I do wonder, what does she as a woman know? Because there are so many women who have husbands or boyfriends who are on the DL. And you think that your husband or boyfriend is, oh, they're going to go watch the game in the basement, or, oh, they're going out to the garage to go fix the car, and you think, oh, they're going to go have a few beers. You think nothing of it because you're not thinking that this person that you're with is having sexual relations with who you thought was just a buddy, just a friend. You know, a lot of women, when another female comes around, you know, their antenna goes up. But when another man is around that's friends with your husband or boyfriend, your antenna isn't up because you're not thinking that there's any way in hell that this person is having relations with one of his buddies, or his boss, or somebody on the job that's a friend, or or somebody on the team, or you're not thinking anything like that. And that is why things like AIDS and have really spread in these communities, especially. I don't want to say especially the African American community, but the bottom line is, you know, it's better to. I've known women who who just told the man that they were with straight up, that's what I am. It's no need to hiding. It's no need to cookie coating, sugar coating, and this and that. They just great straight up tell the man, I want to get married. I do love you. I want us to have a family, but this is who I am. And then they make an agreement whether they're going to be faithful and monogamous, or you're just going to be monogamous to him as a man, and you're going to still be cautious and careful with who you are with, that satisfy your other side. But, I look at this woman and I just can't help but wonder, does she know that this man, her husband, this rising political star, is running around, having sex with another man and getting high? And it's just, people like to say that Gillum's career isn't over. But the bottom line is his career is over. I mean, that doesn't mean he needs to crawl in a hole and never come out, but the bottom line is, I mean, look, his political career is over. Now, he may do some consulting on the DL or something like that, the DL. But his political career, as far as getting into elected office, I mean, you could give hope a try. But, I really just think that it's over, I mean, I don't see him coming back from something like this. And one of the viewers were saying, well, there have been other people who've had political scandals and they were able to come back and stuff like that. Yeah, that's true. But the bottom line is, this is it really depends on what the wife knew. Did the wife know he was bi? Did the wife know that he's gay and she knew she was just a beard? Like, what does the wife know? I mean, she's running around, her name is R.J. Howard. I mean, that's not really a feminine name. Did she know all along that that's who he was? If she knew all along that's who he was, I could see one thing. But if she didn't know that that's who he was, I can't imagine, and that's her marriage to decide whether to forgive him or not. But as far as the public, people have opinions. People have thoughts. If you're that deceptive, then how can I really trust you in the interest of the public? If you're that deceptive, that you're willing to carry on this big deceptive lifestyle to pretend as though you're clean, straight, not straight sexually, but yeah, straight sexually. I'm just saying this clean, straight, clean cut type of guy who has his nose clean and all of that. You're pretending as though you're this perfect person that is just this swell guy and family man and husband. And good and darn well it's nothing but a crock of crap, and it's a lie. A lot of these politicians are full of crap. But once the public finds out about it, that's a different story. Anyway, this is Shannon with Wonders of a Woman, Wonders of a Black Woman. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Share your thoughts on this story. Share your thoughts about what you thought when you saw the photos. Share your thoughts if you were in a relationship with someone and you found out that you were just a cover or a beard, and how you felt about that. Leave your comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.